I'm Ron Cunningham, and I'm gonna give you tips and tricks on how to make your travel smooth for the Final Four.
Hi, I'm Izzy Ludlow, and I'll be taking you around downtown Phoenix to show you how much the Women's Final Four will cost you.
And I am Luke Carter, here in downtown Phoenix, site of the Women's Final Four, for your Cronkite Sports Report.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Malia Steinley.
And I'm Jacob Brooks. Thank you all for joining us.
With Final Four week upon us, downtown Phoenix is preparing to welcome thousands of fans to the area for the big games. With the surge in visitors, officials are anticipating increased business in the city.
That's right, Aaliyah, and Cronkite News reporter Edward Neiman spoke to event planners and business leaders on what this could all mean for local commerce.
It's the calm before the chaos. With a surge in visitors expected to the downtown area, city officials anticipate local businesses to feel the impacts.
One of the key reasons why we go after these big events is to help activate our downtown, and our street-level businesses benefit from those opportunities of all the increased foot traffic from all the visitors that are in town.
In comparison to previous major sporting events the Valley has hosted, this weekend will be unique in how it can impact businesses, specifically in the downtown area.
When we have Super Bowls, when we have the men's Final Four, the fan events are happening downtown at the convention center, but the activity, the game itself, games are taking place in Glendale.
Business leaders expect this year's Final Four event to have large-scale financial impacts to the Valley that will stack right up with previous host cities.
We think we could hit between $30 to $50 million in impact to the Valley.
And those impacts could reach far beyond this weekend alone.
Restaurants, hotels, all of these businesses that are going to impact our visitors have the opportunity to have to capture that business again when these folks come back to the Valley.
Hoping the Final Four earns money for the city long after the game is over. In Phoenix, Edward Neiman, Cronkite News.
And businesses are getting some help from the city as it readies police, fire, traffic, just about everything else you can think of.
And you know, Aaliyah, Phoenix has some experience when it comes to hosting big events like this, and the city says that they're more ready now than ever.
During a recent press conference, public safety leaders shared what you need to know to stay safe and have fun at the Women's Final Four Championship. Public safety officers will be positioned throughout downtown this week, and the Phoenix Fire Department will be stationed on site. Medical teams will be at each event and available to assist wherever needed. The big things to remember: there are strict bag policies. Only clear bags will be allowed. Well, basketball won't be the only thing the Women's Final Four brings to town. During this week's celebration, fans will find a number of events to attend. Jacob?
The Final Four coming to the Valley means a lot more than just 3 exciting and legacy-defining basketball games. It also means a week's worth of fun for fans. The best part, it's all free. Now here's a look at the official map of all of the activities that will be going on in the heart of downtown Phoenix. Now the biggest one by far is the Women's Final Four Tourney Town, which will be at the Phoenix Convention Center from Thursday through Sunday. There will be food, giveaways, interactive games, and even guest speakers each day at the Beyond the Baseline talk panel. But if that's not your vibe and you're looking for a little bit more of a party, then don't you worry. Just outside the convention center is the For It All Fest, a street festival that's supposed to be jumping all through the evening and even allegedly has an outdoor basketball court. Now let's take a look at some of the Super Saturday only events going on over here on this side. Let's start off with the Women's Final Four official bounce, an under 18 youth parade where the first 3,000 registered youth participants will receive a free basketball and a free t-shirt. Personally, that's cool, but I'm hyped for Saturday's open practice. This will be the first look at the 2 national championship teams that will be competing on Sunday in an open practice at the Mortgage Matchup Center. And last but certainly not least, all the way near the top of this map, a little bit of a walk, you'll have the Super Saturday concert, a free concert at Hance Park headlined by Grammy-winning R&B singer Kehlani. Can't miss out on that. Now here's the thing, as I mentioned, all of these activities going on are supposedly free, but if you're worried about any potential hidden costs, here's our Izzy Ludlow with a breakdown.
You can catch activities inside and outside the convention center like parades, music, games, and much more. But if you're looking to stay near the action, a lot of rooms are already full. Hotel San Carlos advertised one of the lowest rates we saw at $280 a night, while other hotels range up to $670 a night. And if you want to catch a game, the cheapest ticket we saw will cost you around $279, but there's tickets hitting upwards of $3,000. And the hype is real. The average ticket price is around $200 more than last year's Final Four in Tampa. If you're traveling to downtown, your best deal, Valley Metro's Park and Ride. The parking is free and the light rail ticket will cost you around $2. If you plan on driving, parking near the arena is costing upwards of $50. But if you're willing to walk, prices go down from there, and we're seeing around $7 to $11. The energy is sure to be fun, and with so many free events, planning will be key in making this budget friendly. In Phoenix, Izzy Ledlow, Cronkite News.
All of this excitement in town is bringing in a lot of fans and families from across the country.
That's right, Aaliyah, and many of them are going to be flying into Sky Harbor Airport here in Phoenix. For travelers ready to get a head start on the fun-filled weekend, all of Sky Harbor's terminals will feature basketball activities. Airport officials say that the busiest travel day is expected to be Monday, April 6th, the day after the national championship game. Extra volunteers and workers are ready to help handle the high traffic and give visitors a smooth travel day. Our Ron Cunningham went to Sky Harbor to give us more airport tips to make those long travel days go by a little bit smoother.
With the Final Four bringing thousands to the Valley, Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport is expected to pick up, especially Friday, which is projected to be the busiest day. So expect a little bit of a full court press. On a typical day, TSA wait times can range from 5 to 20 minutes, but during peak travel times, that can climb to 30 to even 40. Be sure to check out the Sky Harbor website to keep updated. And when it's this busy, here's a simple 3-2-1 rule to follow. Check in your flight 3 hours ahead, be in line for security 2 hours early, and also be at your gate 1 hour before takeoff. The Phoenix Sky train takes you straight to the rental car center, but it also takes you to the light rail stop that goes straight to downtown where the Final Four action will be, and it only costs about $2. Finally, when you're ready to head home, don't worry about baggage claims. Skip the ticket line. Phoenix has an early checkpoint where you can access through the East Economy lot or the rental car center. Bring your patience and get ready for a good time and a fun weekend with the Final Four coming to Phoenix. At Sky Harbor, Ron Cunningham, Cronkite News.
Online sports betting has taken off in Arizona, and this week's March Madness tournament should be no different.
In December 2025, the state reported Arizona's gambled more than $800 million on mobile platforms alone, and now ASU students are sharing how much they're willing to bet on the women's Final Four.
Probably, if I'm feeling really risky, I'll say like 30, but usually I'll stay at like 20.
Maybe like $30, honestly, just for fun. I don't want to get too into it because I feel like I'm definitely the type of person to like get lost and then start spending like way more than I should.
A good $50. In the women's Final Four brackets, it's all #1 seeds so far, whereas men, you see a lot more upsets. So I feel like I'm more secure betting and placing a bet on women's games because I feel like they follow a trend more.
If it was a team that I knew for sure would win or I had a lot of confidence in, I'd probably maybe want to double my bet. If it was $30, maybe $60, just for a little bit of fun to see if I'm right.
And if you're planning on betting, you can check your bet. The Arizona Department of Gaming makes it easy to verify you're using a licensed and fair platform to protect yourself. What about you, Jacob? Will you be betting?
I don't know for sure yet. If I did, I'd probably max out at like $50 because like they were talking about, it's all 1 seeds in the Final Four. So all those teams are good. I don't feel confident picking a winner or a loser. But coming up next, we have plans from the city of Phoenix to protect residents and out-of-state visitors from the heat during the Final Four.
Stay tuned to find out what city officials had to say on Cronkite News.
Plus, we'll take a much closer look at the weather across the valley coming up next.
scientists and engineers that support the next mission to Mars could be in this class.
Getting a degree at ASU is a journey that can take you anywhere. Into a world of groundbreaking technology and renowned award-winning faculty. Professors who help you to impact the world. Whether you're on campus or at home, becoming your best starts with learning from the best.
Taking a look at news from across Arizona, today has been designated Farm Workers Day in the city of Phoenix.
It was previously known as Cesar Chavez Day, but the state of Arizona changed the name after sexual misconduct allegations were made against the labor rights activist. Mayor Kate Gallego and the city of Phoenix voted unanimously to remove Chavez's name and any references to him on March 25th, including the 43 signs along Baseline Road, which was once called Cesar Chavez Boulevard. Other cities have made similar changes, including Tempe and Tucson.
Gas prices near Phoenix hit close to $5 per gallon today, and prices on average are up more than $1 since the U.S. and Israel started the war with Iran, and politicians are scrambling to bring prices down.
Senator Ruben Gallego visited a Phoenix gas station today to share his plan for cheaper gas prices.
Gas prices are out of control. It's not an exaggeration, and Arizona is going to probably have some of the biggest increases. So the standards that were there in the mid-1970s when this was established, I don't think fit what's happening right now.
Arizona leaders, including Governor Katie Hobbs, are also considering suspending the state gas tax, which is currently 18 cents per gallon.
As the city of Phoenix prepares to welcome fans from across the nation, they're also preparing for that scorching heat.
Phoenix has an early heat response plan due to record-breaking March temperatures, expanding services to protect residents and visitors. Fire Chief Michael Duran speaks at a press conference about what resources they're planning to provide.
Complimentary water stations with cups will be available at all outdoor events, and bottled water will be available for purchase at all event locations. In addition to, take breaks in the shaded air conditioning areas, especially during peak afternoon heat. Knowing the early warning signs of heat illness, dizziness, headache, nausea, and fatigue. If you or someone around you feels these symptoms, please seek help immediately.
Throughout downtown Phoenix, there are cooling and hydration stations that have specialized fast-acting ice immersion protocols for any heat-related emergency.
Wondering what the weather's looking like for the Final Four tournament in Phoenix?
I am, Aaliyah. It's been really hot lately, so our Matthew Pierce joins us now from the field with our official forecast.
Yeah, March is coming to an end, guys, but that doesn't mean the madness stops. If we go ahead and take a look, the women's Final Four is going to be here soon. More on that in a little bit. Let's take a look at our evening planner for tonight, though. Starting at 6 p.m., we're going to see around 89 degrees, getting as low as 81 come 10 p.m., and a slight drop-off in the wind, so make sure you're tracking that, which brings me to my lows for the state of Arizona. If we go ahead and take a look up north, Grand Canyon, you guys are back under freezing temperatures, which is certainly nice after this heat wave we've seen to start spring. Here in the valley, we're seeing some 60s, and under us, we're seeing some temperatures dip into the 50s in the southern region of the state, which brings me to the highs. Like I mentioned, we've been seeing a massive heat wave, but we've kind of let that clear out and strayed away from the triple digits. Here in the valley, we're in the mid 80s, up north, a little cooler, and then as per usual, down in the southwestern region, we're seeing temperatures push up towards that 90-degree mark, which brings me to this week's 8-day forecast. If you go and take a look, as I mentioned, the women's Final Four right around the corner this weekend. And during that time, luckily, we're going to see some highs drop under 90 degrees before picking up again and hitting up to 95 to start early next week. In Phoenix, I'm Matthew Pierce reporting.
Coming up next, we take a look at the steps ASU football is taking to prepare for the upcoming season.
Their plan, Aaliyah, go big or go home.
We want to get bigger and stronger, and obviously faster, but we want to get bigger and stronger priority.
How Kenny Dillingham and the Sun Devils are looking to go even further this fall. Coming up on Cronkite News.
Scientists and engineers that support the next mission to Mars could be in this class.
Getting a degree at ASU is a journey that can take you anywhere. Into a world of groundbreaking technology and renowned award-winning faculty. Professors who help you to impact the world. Whether you're on campus or at home, becoming your best starts with learning from the best.
Welcome to the Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Luke Carter outside Mortgage Matchup Arena, site of the Women's Final Four, which will take place later this week. Last night, South Carolina punched their ticket to the Final Four, defeating TCU, becoming the last team to get set in this Final Four. A new champion will be crowned later this week. The Women's Final Four will begin on April 3rd with UConn facing South Carolina and UCLA taking on the Texas Longhorns. The champion will be decided on April 5th, where the final two teams will face off. Mesquite basketball is getting some national recognition as their coach, Candice Gonzalez, has been named to be the coach of the All-American team, one of the highest honors in high school basketball. For Gonzalez, it's a moment that reflects years of dedication to the program and her players. The Mesquite head coach has built a strong culture on and off the court, now earning the opportunity to lead some of the nation's top talent as the McDonald's All-American Girls West head coach.
What a privilege and an honor to be able to, coach some amazing young ladies that put so much time and effort into the game of basketball, and for them to be rewarded and for me to be rewarded for my hard work as a coach as well. So it was awesome.
Gonzalez will coach in the game today at Desert Diamond Arena in Glendale. This is a huge milestone not only for herself, but also all of the Mesquite basketball community. Arizona State football continues spring practice as there is a lot of overturn on the roster, especially on the offense. Our reporter, Niall Rosenberg, has more on the Sun Devils wanting to go big.
Following the ending of the 2025 season in El Paso, Texas, ASU football head coach Kenny Dillingham went into the offseason looking to improve his team's size.
We want to get bigger and stronger, and obviously faster, but we want to get bigger and stronger priority. Big people push around little people. Now you can't be slow, but at the end of the day, creating explosive runs, you block people on the perimeter.
One running back looking to take advantage of the improved blocking is redshirt junior Kyson Brown. After missing most of last season due to an ankle injury, Brown sees how he and the rest of the room can contribute in the fall.
A lot of the guys we brought in, they add different aspects to the game, and hopefully they can come in and contribute. And so I think we all have a piece to play in this offense.
3 new quarterbacks in the room, combined with multiple starters in the offensive line, even with star transfers Omari Miller and Reed Harris, show off what's going on this practice field right behind me.
It's been fun just competing against each other all off season. I mean, a lot of new faces, but I feel like the intensity, like I said, has been up since day one. I mean, everybody loves working and competing against each other, and that's what you want from a team.
Hughes on the defensive side of the ball gets some of the first looks at the new look offense. One of the biggest position groups he faces is the offensive line, a line that looks drastically different. Like many other positions, Dillingham is testing to see who will be the starters going into next season.
Yeah, we got a lot of young guys over there that have gotten better and better and better. They played in the bowl game, were really good. And then we brought in a couple guys. So just compete, just like every other position.
With it only being the spring, a lot of work is still to be done. This is the time of year where players begin to fight for starting spots. Time will only tell who will make a name for themselves this fall at Mountain America Stadium. In Phoenix, Niall Rosenberg, Cronkite News.
As ASU's spring practice rages on, many important positions are still to be decided, including the quarterback. Arizona State's season will begin September 5th against Morgan State at Mountain America Stadium. Last night, the Diamondbacks picked up their first win of the season, defeating the Detroit Tigers 9-6. This comes after a 3-game sweep against the Dodgers, where they lost all 3 games to start their season. The Diamondbacks came out on top after a tense 7th inning where their 8-0 lead was almost evaporated, giving up 6 runs, but they were able to hold on and claim their first win of the season at home at Chase Field. The LPGA Tour visited the Valley this weekend at Wild Horse Pass, as our Cronkite News reporter Matt Araneta was there for some deja vu in the final round.
2026 Ford Championship at Wild Horse Pass saw a familiar ending. For the second straight week, Hyo-Ju Kim defeated Nelly Korda on Sunday by 2 strokes. Kim not only defends her title, here she records back-to-back wins in 2026.
Super hard as a player to become a defending champion. But I took the great energy from last week and the course and all of that into this place here, and I want to carry this on to the next week.
Korda finishes as a runner-up again for the first time in her career, but she keeps a positive attitude regardless of the outcome.
Really happy. I've put in a lot of work, and that's the best thing about golf, is that you can always improve, and you can always have someone like Hyo-Ju that's going to test you and push your buttons, but in a really good way to improve.
This win for Kim will be her 9th career victory on the tour, while Korda looks to get over the hump and claim victory. In Chandler, Matt Araneta, Cronkite News.
The LPGA Tour will be headed north to Las Vegas for the Aramco Championship, as Hyo-Ju Kim will look for her 3rd consecutive win. That's it for the Cronkite Sports Report. Thank you so much for joining us. Back to Jacob and Aaliyah at the desk.
Coming up next, one of our reporters joins us back to talk about one more game in the Final Four Championship.
And Aaliyah, this one isn't basketball. These tiny athletes are competing in something quite different.
I visited Villa de Paz Elementary School to see how this year's Women's Final Four is helping kids fall in love with reading.
The scientists and engineers that support the next mission to Mars could be in this class.
Getting a degree at ASU is a journey that can take you anywhere. Into a world of groundbreaking technology and renowned award-winning faculty. Professors who help you to impact the world. Whether you're on campus or at home, becoming your best starts with learning from the best.
Welcome back. The Final Four brings more than competition on the court.
That's right, Aaliyah. 3rd graders across the state have also been competing in the classroom since October in a readathon, and our Matthew Pierce was able to connect with one of those Final Four teams.
It started with 190 schools, and now we're just down to 4. I got to read with some kids who are strong competitors. This love of reading helped Villa de Paz Elementary make it to the finals in their first year competing in the Read to the Final Four Literacy Challenge. Early mornings, late nights, these students have built their endurance over the course of competition. Now, they're reading more than ever before.
Before the competition, I wouldn't read that much minutes, but now I read more minutes than I usually do.
Beyond building a new habit, Angie says the competition helped her grow in all aspects of her learning.
It really helped me read more and understand books more than I usually did before the competition.
Whether it's reading alone, together as a class, or at home with their families, 12,082 kids across Arizona have read over 17 million minutes. In their first year participating, teacher Chelsea Godinez sees this competition as a great tool for the classroom.
It's really just been an empowerment to love reading. I want my kids reading as much as possible, and I love this competition because they have had books in their hands and they've been reading every chance they get.
The winner of the Literacy Challenge will be announced on Thursday, April 2nd in Phoenix. Matthew Pierce, Cronkite News.
And that's it for tonight's special edition of Cronkite News. I'm Aaliyah Steinley.
And I'm Jacob Brooks. Thank you all for joining us. And to see top Arizona stories anytime, log on to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.